Alright, here's a video. Some people were asking for a better explanation on the Hydro Boost upgrades I've done to this truck. So up here is the original power steering pump, the original power steering cooler. I'm going to go over the plumbing on it. See if you can see. So down here coming off of the pump, you get a better picture, is your pressure line. This is coming straight out of the power steering pump. It's running up there through a T-fitting. That was just so that I could check pressures if I need to. I left an open port. And it goes into the power steering box. Comes back out of the power steering box through the top line, which is the return. The other two lines that are on that box go over to the steering assist cylinder, which I'll show you. But on this large line, it comes back, and this return line used to go straight back to the power steering cooler. Now it loops up, and I've got it connected here, which goes up to this Hydro Boost system. So you've got a fitting here. I had to notch the firewall because all I had at the time was some 90-degree fittings, but if you got a lower fitting, you wouldn't have to do that. But anyway, the pressure goes into this Hydro Boost pump. You got your master cylinder here. Comes out of the Hydro Boost pump here, which is your return line, which then goes right back into the oil cooler, back through the oil cooler, comes back out this line, and goes back into the power steering pump return. So it's a pretty simple system. As you might notice, there's a 12-volt motor underneath. Let's see if I can get a better video of the Hydro Boost, and I'll show you what that does. Okay, so this is inside the truck. Looking at the brackets, I had to modify the brackets a little bit to bolt the new Hydro Boost master cylinder in, but I did use the OE connector that's still onto the brake pedal. I just had to modify the shaft just a little bit. See if I can get this to focus. This is still your brake pressure switch here. As you can tell, it's got plenty of pedal. The pedal is hard. So on the dash, that motor that I talked about out there is a 12-volt motor with a toggle switch that's plumbed into the battery. So if this truck dies on you going down the highway, you would lose your power steering and you would lose your power brakes. With this switch when turned on runs a 12-volt pump, and that pump will continue to pump oil. I'll turn it on and go out there for you to have power steering and brakes until you get stopped. You can hear it running there. As you can tell, it's enough to get you off the road and get your power brakes. Over here on the passenger side are those two other lines that were coming off the steering box. And this goes down to the steering assist ram. The pitman arm on the front axle. This is what's actually extending for your power steering. Alright, here's a video with it running just to show you the brakes. And one finger steering.